In a small village, sunlight filtered through the leaves, casting playful shadows on the ground as villagers went about their daily tasks. An elderly blind man sat by the roadside, his weathered face a testament to a life of hardship and resilience, feeling the warmth of the sun on his skin. Villagers passed by, some casting glances of pity, others turning away, ignorant of the man's longing for hope and healing. One day, a young healer approached, his gentle presence radiating peace, drawing the blind man's attention. The healer knelt beside the blind man, gently asking, "What do you want me to do for you?" with a voice full of kindness. With great emotion, the blind man replied, "I want to see." His voice trembled, filled with desperation and hope. The villagers watched in hushed silence, some whispering among themselves, intrigued and skeptical of what they were witnessing. Without hesitation, the healer prepared to perform the miracle, his heart filled with compassion, knowing the gravity of the moment. As he prayed softly, the air around them seemed to change, thick with faith and expectation, a moment suspended in time. The blind man felt warmth envelop his face as the healer's hands hovered near, igniting a spark of hope in his heart. With a final prayer, the healer gently placed his hands on the man's eyes, saying, "Receive your sight." In an instant, a brilliant light flashed, and the blind man's world transformed. Colors, shapes, and faces came into focus. Gasps of awe reverberated through the crowd as the villagers witnessed the miracle unfold before their eyes. The blind man blinked several times, overwhelmed by the clarity of the world, tears streaming down his weathered cheeks. Excitement swept through the crowd as villagers began to cheer, celebrating the miraculous healing that had just taken place. The healer smiled, witnessing the profound impact of the miracle, his heart filled with joy for the blind man's newfound sight. The blind man, overwhelmed with joy, sees the vibrant marketplace for the first time, filled with colors, bustling individuals, and the aroma of spices wafting through the air. Tears of gratitude stream down his face as villagers embrace him, sharing in his happiness. As news of the miracle spreads, the village gathers to hear the blind man's story. He recounts the moment he received his sight, the healer's compassionate touch, and the blinding light he experienced, inspiring hope in many. The healer, witnessing the impact of his actions, feels a deep sense of fulfillment. He reflects on his calling and the importance of faith, knowing he is part of a larger divine plan. The villagers, moved by the miracle, begin to share their own stories of despair and hope, discussing how the healer's act has changed their perspectives on faith and community. Together, they decide to prepare a feast to honor the healer and the blind man, symbolizing their gratitude and the bonds that have formed among them through the miracle. As the feast begins, the blind man is invited to share his first meal as a sighted person, savoring the colors and textures he had never experienced before. He feels the warmth of community. During the feast, the healer shares stories of hope from other villagers, inspiring the community to believe in miracles. His kind words resonate as the villagers listen attentively, filled with wonder. The villagers pray together, expressing gratitude for the healing and for the gift of sight, their voices harmonizing in a chorus of hope, connecting their spirits. As the night settles in, stories turn to personal dreams and aspirations, with the blind man expressing his newfound desire to contribute to the community, inspired by his healing. The villagers, motivated by the blind man's spirit, propose ways to uplift one another, forging deeper connections and pledging to support each other's dreams. The healer, witnessing the transformation, encourages the villagers to build a community that embraces healing, love, and support for those in need. In the following days, the blind man's journey continues as he discovers the beauty of nature now that he can see, bringing him peace and joy. He visits the healer regularly, sharing his experiences, and they develop a friendship filled with mutual respect and admiration, symbolizing the bond created through the miracle. The villagers begin a project to create a safe and welcoming area for those with disabilities, inspired by the blind man's story and the healer's compassion. As the project nears completion, the blind man is invited to participate in the community discussions, giving him a sense of purpose and belonging. With the community's support, the blind man begins to teach others about resilience and gratitude, sharing his wisdom gained through life experiences and his healing. The healer continues to travel to other villages, spreading the message of hope and faith, but always returns to share his experiences with the blind man. Months pass, and the village thrives as a community united by their collective experiences, always recalling the miracle that changed their lives. The blind man, now a vital part of the community, reflects on his journey, grateful not only for his sight, but for the powerful bonds of friendship and support he has formed. In the heart of the village, a new tradition begins, celebrating the miracle of healing and the spirit of community, with annual gatherings filled with stories and hope. Every year, as the celebration occurs, the blind man and the healer stand together, embodying the very essence of hope as they greet newcomers and rekindle friendships. The legacy of the healer's compassion spreads far beyond the village, inspiring other healers and villagers to believe in the power of miracles and community love. The blind man finds peace in his new role as a mentor, guiding others in the community, encouraging them to embrace life with open hearts and minds.